share over 90% of our DNA. And sometimes I get asked, what's the difference between like a monkey and a great ape? Because fun fact, chimpanzees are technically not going to be monkeys. I'm probably not going to overcorrect you if you say monkey, that's totally fine. But an even better term for them are going to be great apes. And the way I can tell these guys are going to be great apes is they have no tail whatsoever. There we go. We actually see see 3 generations right now. If you guys see this relatively large chimpanzee with like a balding head, that's gonna be our oldest member, Regina. She's gonna be the only grandmother here in our chimpanzee troop. She's going to be 42 years old. She's gonna be our oldest member. And right behind her, I should say, as you guys are oohing and awing, that's gonna be her daughter actually. Her daughter Yoshi's going to be the one right behind her, and then of course the baby you guys might have saw. So for the first time in a while, we've had 3 generations within our troop, so that's been really, really exciting. Does anyone have any questions so far about our chimpanzee before I continue? Yes, go for it, buddy. What food do our chimpanzees usually eat? Excellent question. Well, what they're eating right now, they're eating something that looks almost like oranges. What I would say what they eat most days when I do a chimp chat, popular things they eat are like peppers or corn, different greens. And I'll actually talk about in general what chimpanzees eat in the wild as well, because what they eat here is a little bit different from what they can eat in the wild. Chimpanzees are going to be known as omnivores, so out in the wild, they'll eat a plethora of different things. They'll eat their fruits, their vegetables, they'll eat meat as well. They'll like hunt different animals as well in the wild, but instead here at the LA Zoo, they'll eat mostly their fruits and vegetables, and instead of having like meat to eat, they'll have like protein biscuits instead. Great question. Any other questions before I continue? Go for it, yes.
So how many females are in the group and how many males?
Excellent question. So, if I haven't said already, there's going to be 17 members, but including our babies, there's going to be 10 females and 7 males. Out in the wild, that can usually be, this is relatively small for like a wild group, but this is actually a pretty big group for like human care. I believe we're definitely one of, if not the biggest, chimpanzee troop in like at least the United States when it comes to human care. But out in the wild can be several dozen, in very rare cases, even up to 100, but we have 17 members here. Great question. Any other questions before I continue? I actually kind of piggyback on that. No matter the group size, whether it be 17 members or up to 100, whatever, there's always going to be a hierarchy. Meaning there's going to be like lower and higher ranking members of a matter of more dominance within the troop mixed in there. That can be both boys and girls. Either boys and girls can be like mixed with like higher ranking members or lower ranking members. Usually what determines a member's ranking within a troop, I would say first of all, by default is going to be whatever their parents were before them. So let's say some higher ranking parents have like offspring or high ranking mother or whatever. Their offspring tends to be higher ranking as well. Following suit with their parents. But who's always going to be a male, who's always going to be the highest ranking member is going to be an alpha. Here at the LA Zoo, our alpha is going to be named Glenn. I'll point him out if I see him. I only see a few members out right now. But he's going to be our alpha. And an alpha's role, so if you're not like a member of a specific troop, if you're like a chimpanzee from a different troop, they probably don't want to be your friend or don't want to have business with you, so Glenn is kind of the one who will protect them from that. He'll also lead them to any food as well. And sometimes with chimpanzee groups, I would say actually very normally and naturally, there will of course be like disagreements like any family. There will often be disagreements. If that ever happens, Glenn is going to be the one that kind of mediates that. So he has a lot of different roles of being an alpha. He's not necessarily the biggest chimp in the group. I would say he's relatively big, but that's not why he's the alpha. It's more because he has a lot of strong bonds within the troop, a lot of friends within the troop, a lot of people that favor him. Chimpanzees that favor him. And he also has just the personality for it and always wants to show that he's a capable leader. But with chimpanzees, whether in human care or in the wild, there's always going to be a cycle for our alpha. There's always going to be like younger boys or other boys that always want to challenge his role as the alpha. His job is definitely to maintain his role as best as he can and show his strength. Of course, that's a battle that not any chimpanzee alpha can win every single day as he gets older, but he's doing a great job so far. And I'll talk a little bit about the members we do see today. You might notice some members have like different skin complexions, different things like that. I'll tell you actually why. If you see some members, maybe there's only a few members right now, including our baby, you might notice some of our chimpanzees have like relatively light skin. Those are going to be our young members. Chimpanzees, when they're young, they start off with very light skin, and up until I would say around teenage age, up until adolescence, that's when they start to gradually darken. And I did touch upon, I think a little bit on the age for our chimpanzees, but usually chimpanzees tend to live around 30 to 40 years of age, usually a little bit longer in human care than they do in the wild. That's why we have our member Regina, who's past life expectancy for your average chimpanzee. She's doing great as a grandma. But yes, as they tend to darken as they get older. And they're all sitting down right now. Another way you can tell the difference between like our boys and females if they keep walking around. As they start coming over here, you might have noticed some of them have like pink swollen bottoms. That is a total natural occurrence for our ladies. That's actually a great way to tell whether a chimpanzee is a lady or not. But yeah, the pink swelling that happens on their bottoms, that like fluctuates throughout the years for reasons, but that is definitely a normal part of their biology. Does anyone have any new questions? Go for it. Oh, sorry, one more time. Great question. Chimpanzees, these guys are going to be from Africa. Like most not most, but other great apes, these guys are going to be from Africa. These guys are known as Western chimpanzees, so they're going to be more from the western parts of Africa. And their environment out in the wild will look more or less like this, maybe with like a more trees here and there, but this like exhibit is designed after like a piece of Africa where they would live. Question. Do we leave them here? Well, in a way, yes, this is going to be their home. These guys are taken care of by our awesome keeper, so they'll be out for us to hang out with them and see them for most of the day. But they also have a second part of their home that's really big where they can hang out behind the scenes as well. So they have a really big space at home to hang out. Question. How many months are their babies? Excellent question. Ooh, math time. We have 3 that were born of last year. I believe I want to say August, September, and November. I wish I could do the math in my head right now, but I believe that's around 8 to 9 months old, more or less. Great question. Question, go for it, buddy. How long do they live up to? I did give a range around, they usually live around 30 to 40 years. Usually in human care, they tend to live longer. I believe there were some exceptional individuals in human care that lived up to like 70 years old. That's extremely rare. But around 30 to 40 is about the average. Great question. Go for it. What's the minimum years they can be alive? Yes, 30 to 40 years. Yeah, there's some exceptional members that can get up to like 60 or 70 or whatever, but usually 30 to 40 years of age is for your average chimpanzee. Great question. Go for it. Do they eat insects? That's an awesome question. I will say yes, they will eat insects out in the wild. What a really cool thing, actually one of the coolest things I forgot to mention that chimpanzees do is they will use very basic tools out in the wild. And yes, they will dig for like termites or little insects, whatever they can get. It's actually a really cool thing. And before I answer any other questions, I do see our alpha Glenn. He is somewhat hard to see, but if you guys look at the window, towards the right side of our window, that chimpanzee that's eating corn right now, who's looking down, you might see a little bit of a white beard. He's really looking down, not looking our way really, but he's really enjoying the corn on the cob right now. That is going to be our alpha. There we go. Yeah, he's going to be our leader of the group. Does anyone else have any more questions that I missed? I feel like I neglected this part of the group. Awesome. I guess I will continue. So, yeah, walking by, who is that going to be? I believe that's our mother, Vindi, right now, passing by. We do have a mix with we have 3 mothers here of our new babies. Some of them are newer than others, so getting to know their personalities has been like, there's some of them have been more cautious and careful of their baby. And some of the like professionals like Yoshi I mentioned, she's already had a child before, so she's been more relaxed about taking care of her baby. I would say the first year or so of the baby's lives, they'll spend a lot of time just connected to their mother, whether it be on their back or sometimes I see on their hands. Very weird things. A baby chimpanzee will kind of hang on anywhere they can. But after a year or so, that's when other chimpanzees will start helping, getting involved with taking care of our babies. Actually, I'm seeing it a little bit in sprinkles right now. Chimpanzees do a thing called alloparenting, which means the group kind of helps support the mothers take care of their babies. Now I will say, to be absolutely frank, chimpanzee groups, since they have lots of personalities, they're not always accepting or very welcoming to the babies, but it looks like our group is so far, so they are starting to develop some alloparenting habits. And the last thing I'll mention, what chimpanzees are really, really good at is chimpanzees are fantastic climbers. So out in the wild, they will climb very high on trees, or you'll see them very easily like climb on these rocks or anything like that. Even though chimpanzees on average are a little bit lighter than us human beings, they are much stronger than us. And they use their strength to climb up very, very well any tree, and that'll help them get maybe any fruit if they want to hunt for any more arboreal animals, or even escape from low-dwelling predators as well. So climbing is a really big part of what they do, and they're very much built for that. Go for it. What year were the chimpanzees discovered? Really great question. I want to say the 1800s. That's actually when a lot of great apes were discovered. I know the gorillas were around that time as well by different zoologists. Did you have a follow-up question? Oh yeah, go for it. What is the oldest like chimpanzee ever? Ooh, I don't know the individual's name, but I know they were around like 73. But yeah, that's the oldest I've heard of. There might have been even older, but that's the oldest I've heard of. Question over there, buddy. Really great question. For lack of a better term, kind of like me, I'm always hungry. I'm sure they're always hungry as well. They just have really important schedules to keep them healthy. So around like lunchtime, as we're eating right now, this is time like usually like us people would eat lunchtime. So we decided, hey, like this would be a good time for them to eat as well. And then since we do give them like a really big abundance of food, they of course don't have to eat at one sitting. If they don't want to eat exactly at like 12:30 or whatever, that food will be with them until whenever they're ready. Question. Really great question. So right now I believe our babies are getting helped by the mothers a lot. They're going to be, for the most part, eating somewhat softer versions of the food our other chimpanzees eat. There we go. I don't know if you guys were able to see. Oh, there we go. Our chimpanzee babies, they will have like white spots on their bottom. That's just to kind of help our chimpanzee mothers, help them keep track of their baby. I believe I saw a question. Yes, you go for it. How many girls and one baby boy, which makes 7 males in total? Question. What do we do with rocks? Great question. The zookeepers come out every day. They will come like in the morning or like later when the chimpanzees like kind of go in for the day, and they'll definitely check to make sure any food that's on exhibit. Questions before I get off mic today? Go for it.
Yes.
Yes.
What kind of oral care do they have? Does it still wear out the same, or are their teeth now better because they're in human care?
Awesome question. I will say their teeth is a little bit better because they are in human care, so that yes, they do get like dentition checkups and whatever they need. That doesn't just go for their teeth; it also just goes for their whole body. Our great apes, with both the combined efforts of both like veterinarians and like human doctors, since they are so closely related to us, they both do a really good job of working together to help them be as healthy as they need. And I guess another thing I will add, I was going to say last thing, but another thing that just popped up into my mind is A big thing that chimpanzees do is known as grooming. What they do that quite a bit in the wild, because kind of piggyback on what you said, is to keep each other clean, because they aren't as clean in the wild as they are in human care. Now you will see our chimpanzees in here, they will still groom, and that's because another important part of grooming for chimpanzees, maybe even more important, is the social aspect. Grooming for chimpanzees is almost like their way of conversation. It's showing that they want to spend quality time with one another. It shows that they care. And especially if you're a chimpanzee who maybe wants to climb up the ranks. Not, my name is Susan. Thank you, y'all.
I do, I see it. Oh, I didn't think so. They do a thing called chimp down there. They tell you about chimps that relate to that. Your brain might send a call. What's up? Your hand's up here. What's up, bro? Can't take it off.
I got one like that too.
There you go. Yeah, there's two right there. Yep, one of them's away. those are the Yep.
Oh my god, look at
Emerson?
Oh, you're not that tall, right?
Right. They're right there. Oh, Dory, right here. Watch him, watch him.
This one, I want that.
Let's go drink.
I want that. Oh, no.
Come on, little boy.
I want that.
Para que vean, pero no te cobran.
Let's go find Asia.
Oh my god, there's a million. And then everyone's at 5 cents. And then there's like a B1 and 5 cents.
Ça, c'est des animaux.
Look! No! There's more over there. Let's go. Oh, I'd like to see this one over there. No, please! Let's see this one first and then we go. I have to see this one. Vamos.